Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. And welcome to Danny's Detours, where we talk about anything and everything life related, and consciousness is our canvas. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And I'm out and about again with my two favourite compadres. And also, I've got my son with me this morning. Connor, say hello, mate.
Hello.
That's our Connor. Yeah, so we're starting about again, and look at this, guys, now. I know I mention it every time, but it's going to get to a point, right, where it's going to be like walking through Amazon jungle, all this. Which is good to see, though, you know. Life, everything's going, everything's ticking over as it should be. But yeah, thank you so much. Welcome back to the channel. You know, thank you to everyone who has liked, commented and subscribed to my channel. We're on about 110 now, so slow and steady, guys. Like I said the other day, you know, the tortoise always wins the race. You know, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, as is life. You know, we must enjoy the journey. You know, sometimes we think too much about the destination, don't we? It's a bit like, you know, when we embark on these journeys, and it's a bit like, I don't know, say for example, you want to own a house, and you think so much about like the day when you're going to pay it off. This is using this as an example, but you know, when that day does come, obviously, yeah, you know, it's a good day, but sometimes we seem to forget that some of our like biggest, most achievements and our biggest like pleasures and experiences are actually in the journey. You know, bit like, even if you used to say you climb Mount Everest, you know, yeah, it's amazing when you get to the top, but little bit on, it's the actual, you know, trials, tribulations, you know, the ups and the downs that you go through, which you enjoy the most, even though you feel as though you might not enjoy it at the time because you're enduring pain or, you know, hardship or whatever that may be. You know, just using all these things as an example here, guys, you know what I mean? But yeah, just a couple of things there just to think about. But it's an absolutely fantastic day today. We've got a few chemtrails in sky again, guys, which I'm not really happy about, but I can't control that. We know why they're doing it. They're pumping them out so then they can charge us a load more money with taxes that we have to pay, because the bankers at the top, they will not be paying it, will they? So it's always left. That's the worst thing. This is why I started this channel and getting people to awaken and realise that irrelevant of whether you vote left or whether you vote right, because guess what, I don't vote. Because I realised this years ago. I mean, I literally realised this years ago, the fact that no matter who you vote for, it doesn't matter, because you're still going to get the same desired outcome or the same result, because they've already got it set in stone for you guys, you know what I mean? Until we realise and we all awaken and realise that we are the power, and together, you know, and that's why they try to keep us divided through religion, race, you know, just not just them things, but many different things now. Where, you know, it's sort of like a lot of people now have adopted this mentality of sort of like just being, I don't know, like just thinking of themselves, like a little bit of a selfish mentality. And it kind of like, I don't know, it disappoints me a lot, that, because, you know, at the end of the day, we should be out here helping each other, you know, even in the small little things, smallest of little ways. Because when we decide to come together and help one another, that is when we are at our most strongest, you know what I mean? There's something to think about there, you know, because we do live in a society now where, you know, and people, and like, it makes me laugh this way, people say like, oh, you know, I blame society, and it's like, well, we are society. So, you know, the only person you have to blame really is yourself. And this is why I always say it starts from within. You get up in the morning, you show that love, you show that gratitude, and that enables you and it gets you to start on the highest, utmost vibrational frequency. Willow, come here, what's this? What's this? There she is. But yeah, just a few things to think about. But It's an absolutely fantastic... No, it's in my hand, girl. Come here. Hello. It's in... Oh, she's a silly Billy. And here's Paddy. Here he is. Get down, Paddy. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Yeah. So, I didn't want to go too much off on a tangent with that. But we already know these things, guys. You know what's going on in the country. A lot of things are messed up, and you know, dare I say it, it's probably going to get a lot worse before it gets better, because usually what you tend to find is civilizations, you know, it happened with the Romans, you know, there was coin clipping. This is what they've been doing, dare I say it, for the last 50 years, probably longer. They've been printing money. And what does that do? Because that money is not backed by anything, all it is just like an IOU or a proof of sale. And people, this is where I always say, like, the money should be backed by gold. And obviously we have people like Abraham Lincoln, you know, all these presidents. JFK, he was another one. It's funny how they all get assassinated though, isn't it? Interesting that, but you know, I'm not going to go too much into the whys and stuff like that, because there's a lot of sensitive people in there, but I know why. Do your research and you'll understand, and you'll start to realise who runs this world, what their agenda is and what their plan is. But it's only if we allow it, guys, you know, because we are strength in numbers. We are the power, never forget that, and together we can achieve and do anything. But it all starts from within. It all starts from knowing you are, what you are and who you are, which is Christ consciousness, infinite abundant energy. Yeah, so a few things to think about. But also, another thing I was like looking into the other day is, do you not find it funny how everything that's man-made and within our system, and he said it's all linked to squares. So like, if you even look at like the building, everything's square, right? And I just want you to really think about this for a minute, yeah. And I think it's all down to having us like disconnected. You go like the concrete jungle squares, the roads are square, everything's square, even the signs. Everywhere you look, TVs, everything, the majority of things that are man-made and used in this design of the system, matrix, whatever you want to call it, it's all designed mainly on squares. Go out into nature. Look around, guys. Look around. How many squares do you see? None. It's like when you look at a tree, right? And this is our energy. I invite you all to actually go online and research torus frequency field, yeah? This is very important. And Nikola Tesla understood this. It's funny how they killed him off as well, isn't it? Well, it's not really funny to me because I know how these people work, but hey-ho. But yeah, basically, if you look at the torus field, it goes like that. It's kind of like, it's an infinite circle that just keeps going. But if you look at it, it starts at the bottom and it goes inward and then it goes out like that. Kind of like, how do I explain? Well, yeah, like a circle, but obviously. But then it goes round and round and round, but it spins right. You just go on Google or do some research on it and put in TORUS energy field. Well, look at a tree, yeah? What does that do at the bottom? The roots go out, don't they? And it grows up. You've got the trunk, and then you've got the tree, and the branches go out. Everything is connected, guys. Just think about that on a deeper level. And you start to understand and start to realise what we are and who we are. You know, we are not slaves to these systems. Pay your taxes. They're charging us taxes on top of bloody taxes now for everything. It's absolutely disgusting, and it's all down to power and control. There is enough wealth, there is enough abundance in this life for everybody. Because abundance and wealth is infinite, it's boundless. You know, people think to say, oh, well, money only goes to the rich. No, money goes to those who it attracts to. But it's only a certain select group of people at the top that are deciding now that they want to keep everything for themselves. And it's not even so much about that they want, you know, it's not even about money anymore. It's more about control, guys. It's all about keeping us within a prison within a prison. But yeah, I didn't want to go off too much on a negative one. But if you can look up there now, look, the spraying again. That is not natural. Wake up, guys. Realise what's going on. because we will be having to pay for that. We will have to foot the bill for this fake geoengineering, climate control bullshit that they're talking about. Pardon my language. But yeah, anyway, focus on yourselves. Listen to what I've been telling you and just give it some thought, guys. But yeah, thank you so much for the love and support. You know, I'm really happy with where the channel's going. 110 subscribers. Slow and steady ticking up, wins the race. But yeah, from me, Danny Detours, Paddy and Willow, and my son Connor, we'll see you on the next one. Love you lots. Have a fantastic day. Peace.